Hi everyone, it's Miss Elizondo, and I'm posting a video a little early because I want to make sure that your science notebook is up to date. Okay, so this is for week 3, and this is the progress report week. Okay, so I'm going to show you what my notebook should look like. Okay, here's my notebook. I'm going to use fourth period because I see my fourth period in the afternoon and we have like connectivity issues and internet issues. So I'm going to make sure that everybody who is having problems with their internet is caught up with their journal anyway. Okay. So I'm going to open up my journal and it's my science journal. It's not my reading or my math. I have my vocabulary words for week 1, vocabulary words for week 2. Okay, my science lab for week 2. And then I have my week 3 vocabulary words. Now, how do I know these are my vocabulary words for week 3? It's because I'm using the syllabus. Okay, the syllabus says reporting period 1, which is first 6 weeks, week 3, that's now. Okay, this is September 14th through the 18th. Okay, so you have to make sure that you're in the right week and in the correct subject. Okay, so this is science. So I'm going to look at Monday. So Monday has pre-assessment in my Think Up Science workbook, page 31. Check. Tuesday, I have to write these vocabulary words in my science notebook, but I have to write the vocabulary word and the definition. If you're online live with me, I go a little bit further by drawing pictures and showing you an example of how you can write these words in your notebook instead of just writing the word, the definition, and that's it. Okay, so we go a little bit beyond that if you're live with me. And then this video will show you how much I go beyond what the syllabus says. Okay, but if you just have the words and the definition, you're on track. Okay, you're on track. Now, if you want to see what I did on my notebook, so I'm going to go to Tuesday and look at these vocabulary words. So on my notebook, I went to a clean page. Okay, and I put the title Changes in Matter because that's what we're learning this week. So that's how I go a little bit above what the syllabus says. Okay, I want you to know, well, what are we doing this week in science? Well, we're actually changing matter. Okay, so before we change matter, we're going to have to know some vocabulary words. So the first one is condensation. Okay, condensation is when a liquid goes from a gas back to a liquid. Okay, so it went from a liquid, gas, liquid. And like I gave the example of my glasses. If I take off my glasses and I want to clean them, I usually blow on them and they fog up. That's condensation due to temperature or the changes, my hot breath on my cool glasses, it produces condensation. Just like you take a really nice cold Dr. Pepper out of the refrigerator and then you set it on your table and it starts to sweat, that's condensation. Okay. So the next word is evaporation. I drew a little stove, a mini stove, but in science we call it a hot plate. Okay, it's like one part, 1/4 of the stove. It is electric, so the detail is you connect it to the wall. And I put it on high. You can tell because the burner is red. I drew the pot with boiling water, and then you saw steam. If you're looking at steam, you're looking at the process of evaporation. That means that water, that liquid, is turning into a gas. So I put L to G, that means liquid to gas. Okay. My next word, and how do I know the next word is freezing? Because it says on my syllabus. That's number 3, freezing. Okay. So freezing. And I drew icicles and I drew an ice cube. That's what I know that is freezing. I know it's a solid and things or liquids or water freezes at 0 degrees Celsius. So here's my cube. Okay. Then the next word on my syllabus says melting. So I drew the same ice cube, but I drew it melting. Okay. That means it's going from a solid to a liquid. And when does that happen? Between 0 and 100. Okay, so 1 through 99. It could even be 0 through 99, as long as the process begins to get hotter. Okay, at 1 degree Celsius, it's starting to get hotter. But Miss, that's pretty cold, I know, but it's still hotter than 0. Okay, so the next word is boiling. Okay, I drew the burner again, or the hot plate. It's nice and hot because the burner is red. I drew the pot with water in it, and I see steam. So if you see steam and a lot of it, and you see less water in the pot, the water is changing from a liquid to a gas. So I wrote down liquid, L, to a gas, G. When does boiling point happen? At 100 degrees Celsius. Okay, so in this page, I did my title. Okay, I folded my page in half so that I can get that straight middle red line. And then I skipped 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines, okay, to put one word and its definition. Okay, so here I have changes in matter: condensation, my picture and definition; evaporation, my picture and definition; freezing, my picture and definition; melting, my picture and definition; and boiling, my picture and definition. And if I'm going too fast right now, the beauty of a video is you can pause it, okay, wherever you want. You can pause it right now and copy down all the information that you need. Okay, so here is my vocabulary words for week 3. So now I'm going to turn the page. Okay, I'm going to turn the page, and this is the next clean page. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing like I'm doing vocabulary. I'm going to put my title, A Matter of Temperature. Okay, I'm going to fold my page in half. Okay, fold my page in half, unfold it, trace the line in the middle, and do the horizontal lines. But this time I'm going to skip 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 lines because I want 3 sections. Okay, so if we're going to change matter, you need to know the 3 states of matter. One's going to go here, one's going to go here, one's going to go here. And then I'm going to draw a green line. So the green line tells me that's where I'm going to cut. Green means go, red means stop. So you're going to cut that page. Okay, cut it all right here. Stop. Cut it right here on this green line. Stop. Okay, so after I cut, I should have 1 door, 2 doors, 3 doors. So I am making a foldable within my journal. And this is where I go above and beyond if you're live with me or you're watching this video. Okay. Solid, liquid, gas is part of your vocabulary, but I need to know that you understand how you can change a solid, liquid, or gas. So if you're live with me and you are able to see this video, then you're getting more than what the syllabus has. Okay, but if you're just following exactly what the syllabus has, you are on track. I'm providing this video so that you can know, well, how do I learn what's on the syllabus? This is how you learn what's on the syllabus, okay? So you don't feel lost. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn my journal so it is laying down, or we can call that landscaped. It's landscape. That means it's wider. Okay, I'm seeing it more like a wide screen. Okay, so if I pull the doors down, if I fold them down, I see a title at the top. Yeah, it's on the other page. Okay, 3 physical states of matter. And you see the number 1, 2, 3. So you have 3 physical states of matter. The first physical state is a solid. And notice what I use my artistic talent to work smarter, not harder. Okay. Instead of writing the definition of solid, I actually drew what a solid has, writing the word solid. So if you notice my S is kind of square like, so is the O, the L, the I, and the D. Okay. So if it's a square like solid, it's a solid. Look at the second physical state. It's liquid. So I wrote out the word liquid and it looks like a liquid. Okay. And I have my definition just by looking at the word. Okay. The third state of matter is gas. Okay. And in my brain for art, for gas, this is what came out. Now, if you have another way of illustrating or drawing gas, go for it. All I need to know is that they're everywhere. The particles are everywhere. So you see that gas like kind of makes a curve here. My letter A is kind of turned. Okay. And they're like little bubble letters. Okay. So I have a solid, liquid, and gas. Those are my three physical states of matter. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to open one door at a time. So I'm going to open the door solid. And I'm going to write something here in this area about a solid. Okay. I'm going to write a solid has particles tightly packed. So what I want you to pretend is that you are Superman or Superwoman and you can have this X-ray vision. If you look at your journal, you can see the particles tightly packed inside that journal. Okay. If I look at my timer, if I look at it through like Superwoman, I can actually see the particles inside that solid. They're tightly packed. They're not moving around. They're behaving. Okay. That means if they're not moving around, they have a shape. The shape of my journal, the shape of my scissors, the shape of my cell phone, the shape of my timer. And I also can measure that with volume. Okay. So a solid, you can, yeah, it's pretty good. It behaves. The particles are tightly packed. It has a shape. It has a volume. Okay. And then I'm going to put an example of what a solid is. An example would be an ice cube. Okay. But then I'm going to change my marker color and I'm going to put a non-example, not an example of a solid. Okay. Non-ex period. And that means non-example. Okay. A non-example, so it cannot be a solid. So could Gatorade be a non-example? Yeah, because that's a liquid. So I'm going to put Gatorade. That's a liquid. It's not a solid. So that's why I put it in a different color. I put it hot pink. Okay. So I'm going to do the same thing for liquid. So I'm going to open that door that says liquid. And I'm going to describe what are the particles doing. If you're Superman and Superwoman and you're looking at that Gatorade, okay, you're going to see that the particles are moving past each other. Okay, they're moving past each other. They're not tightly packed like a solid, so they're starting to misbehave. If you start to misbehave, that means you're going to lose something. That means you're not going to have a shape. So a liquid, if I spill the water right now, it's going to take the shape of the floor. Okay, or if I collect water in a water bottle, it's going to take the shape of a water bottle. Okay, so it doesn't have its own shape, but the solid does. Okay. I can still measure volume. So I can put it in a water bottle and still see, oh, it's about, 16 ounces. Yeah, it has volume. Okay. So my example, okay, of a liquid, I'm going to put milk. I've seen milk take the shape of the cafeteria floor many times. Okay. Then I'm going to change my marker. I'm going to put a non example. Okay. Something that's not a liquid. Huh. Something that's not a liquid, could it be a solid? Sure, it can. Okay, so I'm going to put ice cube. Okay, an ice cube is not an example of a liquid. Okay, that's why I put it in a different color. Then the last one, I'm going to do the same thing. Open that third door. Okay, in a gas, particles are everywhere. They are everywhere. Okay. So we're talking like you're going to HEB and your mom says, hold your brother's hand. And there you are. He's acting very, he's behaving. And as soon as you walk into HEB, pew, he goes and he's running around everywhere. That is misbehaving at its best. Okay. So he is everywhere at HEB. He's acting like a gas. That's what the particles do. So if you're a superhuman and you can X-ray vision through that oxygen, you can see that the oxygen particles are moving everywhere. So if they're moving everywhere, then you're not going to have shape. No shape. Okay. And if you're moving everywhere, then you're not going to have volume. It's kind of hard to measure. There's no volume. So an example of a gas, could it be air? Yeah, but I'm going to change my marker because now I'm going to go to my non-example. Not an example. Non-EX period. Okay. What's not an example of a gas? Could it be juice? Yeah. So I'm going to put juice because juice is a liquid. Okay. So it's in pink because it's a non-example. Okay. So in class today, we went above and beyond the syllabus because you need to understand how matter changes. Okay. And how does it go from a solid to a liquid to a gas? How can it go backwards from a gas back to a liquid back to a solid? Okay, so that's what we're discussing on Wednesday because Thursday is your experiment. Okay, your experiment's going to be about the solid ice cube changing state into a liquid. And we're going to use a timer to time how long does it take that cube to melt. Okay, so that's why your journal has this specific 3 states of matter because that's what you're learning this week. And there are the 3 states of matter: the solid, the liquid, and the gas. Okay, so if I turn my journal the right way, yes, you're going to see the title going vertically. That's fine. Okay, and you're going to see your foldable. You can open it up. Oh, that's where the solid is. Oh, that's where the liquid is. And that's where the gas is at. Okay, so you can easily pause and replay so that you can copy what you missed, especially if you got kicked out from your internet or you had a doctor's appointment or you were not logged in with me at all today. This is what we did in class. So I will probably post another video to see what are we doing here in this nice white space, okay? And then the next page is going to be your science experiment data, okay? So let's go back to see what you should have for week 3, okay? Week 3 starts a vocabulary, okay? Condensation, evaporation, freezing, melting, and boiling. The next page, now it's like weird because it has a foldable in it. Okay, you have a foldable. If I turn it, you can actually see your foldable there: solid, liquid, and gas. And inside you have the description of each physical state of matter. Okay, so this is what we did for Monday and Tuesday. Also, if you have any questions, you can also refer to your syllabus, okay? Because Wednesday, this is what we're going to do. We're going to go to the Fusion workbook, which is a book with a crab on it, which is this one, okay? And we're going to be working on page 116 through 119, Okay. And it says there, be sure to complete any task given under active reading. And that's what I do with you live. But if you're not with me, then you need to do all of the activities there. For example, if I go to page 116 in my Fusion book, let's see, 116, 116, let's see where it's at. Here it is. Okay. Here is 116. I describe the pictures. Okay, I describe the pictures. That's what I do when you're not live with me, with your teacher. Then I go to page 117. Okay, and then I look at the pictures, I read what it says, and then I have something to do here. Okay, this is what you do when you're not live with me, because that's what the syllabus says. And it goes all the way to page 119. So you do the same thing here. You read the information, you write your notes like you do for Ms. Cadena's reading class or Ms. Garza's reading class. And then here is 119, and this, you see how it's blank here? This is where you would have to fill out the information that it tells you to. Okay, and this is what I do in class live. But if you're not live with me, you still have to do the same thing. It's just that you're writing it in and you're tearing out the page and you're turning it into your bus driver. Okay, and then the bus driver turns it into the school, and then the school calls me and says, Miss Elizondo, you have work to come pick up. And I'm like, oh, goody. I'm going to grade those pages. Okay. I'm going to grade those pages that are on the syllabus for week 3, because that's where the week we're on. Okay. I hope this helps you with your syllabus. I hope this helps you with your science notebook for week 3. Thank you.